Hey YouTube, it's Wes. Over the weekend, crypto prices have started trending back up. I've gotten tons of text from friends. I've seen news articles. Is the end of this proposed bear run come to an end? Is this whole thing fake and we're going to see another big nosedive if we can't get past $40,000? And what the heck is driving all of crypto's good news and good vibes this weekend all the way into today and beyond? Well, my friends, stay tuned. We're going to answer those questions. I'm going to give you my thoughts and why I think this is a good sign and where a lot of the drivers are coming from. But take all of that with a healthy dose of skepticism because we're still a little too early to know what the next week or two are going to hold for crypto, whether it will sustain and continue to grow, or this is a very short run, which will then come back down. You don't want to miss this video. We're going to cover all of that and some really important news coming right up. Hey friends, thank you so much for joining again. Wes Spencer here. I am a technologist. I love cybersecurity and I cover tons of crypto and all the things that interest me right here on this channel. Welcome. We have blown past 50,000 subs, on track for 100,000, which is really cool, which just means this. You know what I'm about to ask. Would you hit subscribe, hit the bell icon, and definitely hit the like button if you like the content that we are producing here just for you guys. Also, one other quick thing. I've talked about this before. I now have memberships. It's so great. It's an awesome way for me to be able to connect with you guys in a deeper, more meaningful way. Now, I will never gate content away from you on this channel. I'm not about that. This is just for those of you that want to connect with me in a better and deeper way. Go check out memberships. They are super awesome and a great way for us to be able to communicate, collaborate, and share exciting things. Okay. So let's jump into today's news. First thing I'm going to show you right here is taking a quick peek at the charts. Now, anybody that's been looking knows what's going on right here. You see Bitcoin trending up over 7-day average, almost 30%. That's significant. And a lot of that's been driven by the past day, maybe day and a half at 14% up. Most cryptos are trending up. This is pretty exciting. It's not just the stalwart Bitcoins and Ethereums that are blowing up, but it's up. Pretty much everything is going up on the market. So that brings up a lot of different questions I think people should legitimately, reasonably ask each other. What's causing all of this? You know, when you think about what caused the crash, a lot of people want to talk about, well, there was that one thing. It's that thing that Elon said. It was that thing that happened in China. And I'm a pretty big believer in multi-factor analysis. There's usually a lot of different things that contribute to a momentous thing happening. It's usually not one key driver. And likewise, I think with what's happening right now, it's a lot of good news that have happened. We've let the dust settle. A lot of the people that got into crypto saw it blow up, may have lost a ton of money, a lot of the saltiness that came out of it, and just all of the greed that existed in the system that propped up a $60,000 Bitcoin price, it's gone. And that's a good thing. It's good for us to get rid of a lot of those trends so that we can come back to the core essence of what crypto is all about, especially Bitcoin and all of the other variants that are out there. And so now it lets us stay at more of a level playing field, and we can start to see what's happening in the world around us. And so one of those things that's happening in the world around us is we are seeing the price of crypto go back up. Keep in mind, this may be short term. So always do your own research. Never listen to YouTubers like me. The truth is we have no idea what we're talking about. I've seen on Reddit people doing technical analysis and they're looking, we should have known that crypto was going to crash by May. And I'm like, well, why do these same people, why are they saying it now after it crashed and not like way back in May when they said all the signs were pointing to it? The reason is because they don't know. So always do your own research. If you listen to YouTubers, you're going to go bankrupt. Do your own market analysis and your own research. It goes miles for you. But we do know the price is going up, and there are drivers for that. There are things that are happening. We know some countries have begun to accept crypto as a major mode of payment and really an accepted currency. That's exciting. We know that some of the things that have been happening in China with the big mining farms, a lot of that disruption is kind of cause the industry to really kind of fall back down and now we're sort of leveling out. But also We know that there's rumors on the horizon, rumors that seem to be based in a lot of substance, especially with our friends at Amazon. What's happening with Amazon? What's causing all of that to potentially blow up? And is the news around Amazon accepting a cryptocurrency and maybe even creating their own enough to drive the market up? Well, I do think short term, yes, which is a big piece of what we're seeing happening now. Long term, it's not enough to be the sustained driver, but it is enough to spark and cause a fire in the crypto scene that could drive prices back up. So let's take a peek at some of this. Here is some interesting information. This is right from Amazon. Amazon has a jobs platform. It's very easy to jump into and search. And I want to talk about this for a minute. One of the things they posted a few days ago is this right here, their digital currency and blockchain product lead. This is a product first person that they're hiring, somebody that's been experienced in the blockchain world that can bring Amazon into the modern age of crypto. Now, there are some interesting things we're going to see here. There's some interesting things behind the scenes on other job openings that Amazon has that are very, very beneficial. So here's what we want to start with first. Before I even get into this specific job post, I want to talk a little bit about what I think Amazon's approach is here. First of all, I don't think it's as simple as like Amazon coin. And it's just going to be only used for like purchasing Amazon stuff, on the retail side of the house. It's way more complex than that. And anyone that thinks that Amazon is literally in it only just to create an Amazon coin by which you can buy and sell and bypass credit card transactions is truly missing the boat of what Amazon sees as the big picture of crypto. I also don't think it's as simple as Amazon accepting Bitcoin and they have no plans for their own currency. That's also extremely short-sighted. I think a lot of the news is true. We're going to see Amazon accept Bitcoin and Ethereum and probably 5, 6, 7, 8 other cryptocurrencies as time moves on. But it's not just for payment mechanisms, which is the obvious, understandable reason they would do it. It's also so that they can really begin to get into the crypto space, because a fair amount of Amazon's operating revenue is not just from Amazon.com buying and selling stuff. There's this little division they have called AWS. And if you don't know what AWS is, it is an extremely powerful cloud platform that lets developers build platforms that scale very, very easily. And that, I think, my friends, is the true crux of what Amazon sees as their Bitcoin and really their encompassing crypto strategy. Is they're not just in it to allow buying and selling. Sure, that's part of it, but it's so much more broad than that. They know the world is moving fast and forward into a crypto-first, cryptocurrency-driven economy. We see banks, we see healthcare, we see financial technology, we see all of these different industries investing heavily into crypto. And guess what platform they want to build it on? AWS. That's the truth. And so Amazon having a crypto-friendly, crypto-first approach to their cloud offerings is going to go a really long way in their future success. And that's how they see this entire thing. And let me illustrate this to you. So here is the job that I was posting about, that I was talking about. And so you can see all of the things that they're talking about. They see themselves as an e-commerce company. They see themselves as doing so much more than just that. You see payments and acceptance experience. They want somebody that understands that understands how blockchain, distributed ledger, central bank digital currencies all operate together. You can see all of this coming together, including AWS itself and their approach of where they want all of this to go in the leadership of this particular job. Another couple things we see as well is, look at this, a product focused person, someone that understands product management, product marketing. This is not just a coin they're going to release you pay. This is going directly into their product ecosystem, the things in AWS that you can use, that you can buy, you can operationalize. This is the direction we're going. And where it gets even more clear is when we check out additional jobs that Amazon is posting. So here's one, blockchain specialist, right? This one's pretty exciting. They talk about they're looking for somebody. And by the way, this is not the only, there's like at least 15 or more job openings for blockchain engineers and blockchain specialists at Amazon. And you can see some interesting things here. They want to make sure this person understands open source frameworks like Hyperledger Fabric and Ethereum. And you, well, of course, we all know what Ethereum is, but you may be like, what the heck is Hyperledger Fabric? Here it is. It's an open source platform that AWS and you can see others, Walmart, Honeywell, others are using that allow us to build a crypto ecosystem infrastructure that allows a business to build their own crypto company or their own crypto platform to be able to bid and create products and services off of. That's really exciting. Right? That's the future. That's where they see themselves existing. And Amazon, and really AWS in particular, which loves to take open source projects and build them out in a simple way for just normal people like you and me to be able to create and build their platforms at scale, they see Hyperledger as one of the key criteria that they are going to start offering inside of AWS. And that's really exciting. You look at the qualifications for jobs like this. They need to know AWS really well. They need to know all of the normal AWS services that are highly popular. Things like managed blockchain, AWS Lambda, Dynamo, S3, EC2, all of these things that are very heavily used at the companies I've created, the SaaS companies that I've made, like Perch that we sold for $80 million. We heavily use things like Lambda, S3, all of the Elastic stuff that they provide. And so seeing this get developed alongside what Amazon is doing with their approach to crypto is really exciting. These are things that as time moves forward, I think it's the obvious choice that Amazon is going to get into crypto. I don't think this is something they just decided out of nowhere. A lot of news articles say they've been planning for this since at least 2019. It just took some time for them to get there. And this is exciting. These are the kinds of utility, these are the kinds of innovations that we need to see in the crypto space that can really rocket the future of where Amazon is going in the entire ecosystem, the entire industry and economy of cryptocurrency as a whole. I think Bitcoin, Ethereum, and many other smaller but very nimble, powerful projects will all ride this wave in a long way. So long term, I see this as a huge boon. I see this as very bullish for the entire industry. Now, short term, here's what I think is happening. We're propped up on excitement. So would I personally go and buy, a ton of crypto just because I've seen the market move up by 20% over the past few days? No, I would be much more careful in the short term. I think things like this have a splash. You often see, the market really rise up in expectation, and then you may see it level off and even drop back down again. If that happens, don't be surprised. These kinds of news events are less about the short-term splash and much more about the long-term roadmap of what it does for the entire cryptocurrency as a whole. We just need to be patient to wait and see how this turns out. So I want to hear from you. Are you excited about what blockchain is and Amazon together are doing? Do you think Amazon is making the right decisions? And what do you think that will do for the industry as a whole? Is this as monumental as I think? Am I missing something? I would love to know what your thoughts are on all this as well. So all I gotta do is go right back down here and leave me some comments. I read every single one of them. I can't respond to them all, but I absolutely love to see what you guys have to say. And hey, while you're here, I hope this video has been helpful to you to give some clarity of what's going on in the crypto space. I would love for you to do two things for me. Hit like and hit subscribe. It goes a really long way for this channel as we are getting closer and closer to 100K subs and all of the fun things that go with it. You guys are so awesome. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, I will talk to you later. Thanks.